All right, so our introduction, right? That's our goal is to multiply positive and negative mixed numbers and see it in the real world problem as well. Okay, so before we get to that, we need to review some key concepts that we've previously learned and make sure that we're going to be using with mixed numbers. Okay, so remember, a mixed number is an integer and a proper fraction that represents a single amount. Okay, so has as you can see, it has an integer. That's the integer, and then a proper fraction. Proper fraction means it has a small head. That's what we like. And if you remember, all of these numbers can be written as decimals as well. So 2 3/5 is the same thing as 2/6. Okay, and then you got 4 7/8 can be written as 4.875. And then -15 9/10 can be written as -15.9. So just so that so you can have a visual representation of what they mean. And the reason we like big heads is because we know it's like 2 and something or 4 and something, -15. But when we deal with improper fractions, that can be a little confusing, which we're about to get to. So one skill that we need to know when we multiply fractions is how to change or convert a mixed number to an improper fraction. Again, I said we don't like improper fractions, but sometimes we have to use them. So here are the steps. Okay, it says step one, multiply the denominator with the whole number. Okay, and then add the numerator. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So I'm kind of doing step one and step two together. So I'm going to multiply the denominator 5 with the whole number, so 5 times 2, so the whole number is the big number, 5 times 2, and then we'll add the numerator, that's 3. So you kind of start at the bottom and circle around 5 times 2 plus 3. And it says keep the original denominator. So I'm going to write all of this over the original denominator, which is 5. So let's solve this. 5 times 2 plus 3, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So 13 over 5 is the same thing as 2 3/5, right? We don't like the way that looks because I can't really picture that being 2 and something, but we're going to need it when we multiply. All right, so try this out by yourselves. 4 7/8 and -15 9/10. What are those as improper fractions? Change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Pause the video, try it yourself, then we'll review. All right, how did you do? So for this one, 4 7/8. Right, 8 is the denominator. Let's times it by 4, the whole number, and let's add the numerator, and we're going to put it all over the original denominator, which is 8. Okay, so 8 times 4. 8 times 4, if you want to do it in steps, you can. 8 times 4 is 32. 32, and then we're going to plus 7 in a little bit. And then 32 plus 7 equals 39. So 39/8 is the same thing as 4 7/8. And then finally, let's look at -15 and 9/10. Okay, so we're going to multiply the denominator with the numerator. I'm not going to put the negative just yet. I'll do that right at the end. So 10 times 15 plus 9, and then over 10, the original denominator. So 10 times 15 is 150. So 150, and then we got plus 9. So 159 over 10. But remember, it's negative, so I'm going to add that negative now. Negative 159 over 10. Don't forget that. All right. So that's what we're going to need to do when we multiply mixed numbers. And then you're going to need to know how to go back to it. So how to go from an improper fraction, like a big head, where you can see 5 is bigger than 2, 20 is bigger than 7, 39 is bigger than 4. We go from a big head back to a mixed number. Okay, here are the steps, okay? We're going to divide. A fraction is a division problem. This is really what we're doing. We divide and we're going to have a remainder. So we're going to divide the numerator by the denominator to give you the whole numbers. Okay, so let's look at this. I'm going to write equals. I'm going to do my division problem over here. So we're going to do 5 divided by 2. So 2's on the outside, and we've got 5 on the inside. Right. So what is 5 divided by 2? How many times can 5, or I'm sorry, how many times can 2 go into 5? Your 2 times tables. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so it can go into it 2 times, right? 1, 2. So 5 divided by 2 is 2. And then if you remember, we subtract or we multiply 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, right there, and that's, you see, I got a 4 there, right? And then we subtract to give us the remainder. 5 minus 4 is 1. So 2, remainder 1. Okay, but we don't like to write remainders anymore. Okay, so really what this is, like 5 halves, or 5 divided by 2 is 2. It is remainder 1, so that will be the remainder is the numerator. So I'm going to write that in the numerator and keep the original denominator. See how that looks so much nicer? 2 and 1/2. I can picture that in my head. I can't picture 5 halves as much as well. Okay, pause the video. See if you can do that. Okay, it's just division. Okay, division, right? The whole number is the whole number. The remainder is the numerator, and keep the original denominator. Okay, how did you do? So let's divide. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing 20 divided by 7. Okay, 20 divided by 7. Okay, how many times can 7 go into 20? Or what's 20 divided by 7? Well, if we're not sure, let's write our 7 times table. 7, 14, 21. I'm going to stop because I've gone bigger now. So I got 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3. So 7 can go into 20 2 times. 2 whole times, right? Because 21 is too big. So I'm going to put a 2 up there. And then I'm going to subtract 14. So I'm going to use this number as well. Okay. So, or I'm going to do 2 times 7. That's how I get 14. So 2 sets of 7 is 14. That's what we're taking out. And then we're left with 6. Okay. And so my answer would be 2, remainder 6. But we don't like to write it like that, remember? So we have 2 as my whole number and 6 as the remainder, as the numerator now, and 7 keep the original denominator. And just double check, can that be simplified? It cannot be simplified. Okay, let's try it one more. Okay, 39 divided by 4. Okay, we need to know our 4 times tables. How many times can 4 go into 39? Or what's 39 divided by 4? Okay, I know, I'm going to do this one differently. I know 4 times 10 equals 40. Okay, 40 is too big, so it has to be 4 times 9. I'm going to use these now. 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, 36. So how many times can 4 go into 39? Well, it can go into it 9 times. Okay, because 9 sets of 4, or 9 times 4, is 36. So I'm going to take out 36. And what I'm left with is 39 minus 36 is 3. So I got 9, remainder 3. Okay, but again, we don't like to write it like that. So we got 9, remainder 3. That's the numerator over the original denominator. Okay, this can be tricky, but we're gonna need to know how to do it in order to multiply with mixed numbers. And that will be in the next video. So I will see you guys then.